So you want to target a group that is already motivated to change. That's people who are already dissatisfied with some aspect of their life, and therefore they're already primed, if you like. They're looking, they're shopping for something. Usually what happens is that there's an invitation either through existing friendship networks or sometimes work networks to come along to an introductory evening or an information evening.
We have handled much in Kенja. Many people have handled a lot. You don't see us going under because we can just handle a bit of negativity. Ken is an 84-year-old guy that we all love dearly, whose work of energy conversion has given us a tool to be able to handle that negativity. And at 84, I think some of you have probably met him, and he gave this lecture here in Melbourne last time. He's a wonderful example of youth at 84 age.
What people don't realise is that the information evening itself is the start of the induction process.
I turned up to their information night, and here I am, like, I don't know, 15 years later. So, yeah, it's good. It's the way some things are meant to be, you know.
I think people are fantastic. I think you're all fantastic. I hope you have enough beingness to yourself to at least give this a whirl. Give it a try. You can book in for a PC, no charge, and see whether or not it's appropriate for you, because we will not we won't work with you if we feel it's not going to work for you at this stage.
I went to an information night. Yeah, just helping people get aligned with their purpose, cause a creative effect on the planet. You know, it's really fun.
I had a shop and a lady came in and said, do you want to go to an open night? And she had lovely, nice sort of energies, and that's when, you know, we talk about energy, you know, she lovely, nice energies, and I said, oh yeah, what is it? So I came in and I loved it.
Thank you again, Jan. Just to remind everyone, as Jan said, your ticketing entitles you to a free personal consultation if you're interested in finding out more about the Kенja work. There are consultants who have made the time available for you to see them this week. So book in at the bookings table.
So the information evening is to make people feel safe and comfortable and at ease. Then, if they possibly can, they will try and get some kind of commitment that night. Once people are committed, particularly financially, they are less likely to critically start to evaluate what's going on. A person develops beliefs or a view of the world that is their frame of reference. And once that's developed, it's actually difficult to change unless we're vulnerable or restless for some reason and we're therefore motivated to change. And what then happens if a safe or validating environment is provided, a person can unfreeze that belief system and make it more open to change.
If you don't think about creating some life force and energy going up to the moon.
What we have attempted to do over the years, and I feel we have achieved, is to create what I would call a safe environment, and an environment which is dedicated to bringing out the best in each other. And it's taken some work and some time to do that.
They want to do something. They've got a very strong desire to cause an effect, to do something with their lives. They can't do it. Something in themselves stops them.
Yeah.
But the desire for what they really want to do is never satisfied. When it isn't, they look for help. Because the drive they haven't given up hope of it ever achieving what they really want to do.
Yeah.
Have we changed the illusion? Okay, right. I know I can. Okay. I can do it. It's better. I can do it. Okay, we got that. I can. Thank you.
Once that change has occurred, you've then got to refreeze it and so that it will be maintained. And that's actually the problem, because a lot of groups have to put in place all kinds of techniques to stop people unfreezing and going back to their old beliefs. And that's why all these organisations tend to want people to break off or weaken their relationships with family or existing friends.
You were encouraged to get everyone in that you knew, your family and your friends. And basically, if they didn't come into the group and stay, they were against you.
If you have an alcohol problem and you come from a family of alcoholics and you go home and mum and dad are drinking and you want to stop drinking alcohol, then mum and dad may perceive that you are intending to cut from them. That's their perception, but the reality is the child is just attempting to free themselves of alcohol. So is it really that they're cutting from mum and dad? Because we say no, that doesn't happen. We encourage families. We've got an ethic there in Kенja, no one interferes with families.
Lots of mums come with their children.
Yeah, exactly.
If your family didn't approve of Kенja, you were encouraged to cut off from them. And yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that for quite a long time, actually. And it took me quite a few years to repair that.
We all know the case, of two friends who are together and someone gets very happy and very high and you're feeling down, so you've got to drag them down to where you are in order to be able to relate. A child goes out into the world and they become educated and they learn about science, and mum feels she can't communicate anymore to that child, so she feels she has to invalidate that experience for no evil reason, but for just simply she doesn't want to lose that communication line.
And it's like a salesman. You ask them these either-or questions, and finally you come at the answer you're looking for, where they say, oh, it sounds like my mother and father are holding me back, And you go, oh, is it? And then you say, well, you've got to look at your mother. Has she got any entities there? And you start to sow seeds of doubt, so that in their own mind they doubt their parents, They go, well, you're putting a lot of money into your own growth, it's very important. There are a lot of people around here that care about you, love you.
At one time, he said to me, you're at this level and I'm up here. Everybody in Kенja is up here. You're here. I can't explain things to you, Mum, because you wouldn't understand. And that started to really worry me.
Oh, yes, it was them and us. We were a very tight-knit meant to be a very tight-knit little group, and it was more than that. For me, the rest of the world didn't exist.
That is one of the prevailing characteristics of a cult, is that they tend to see themselves at odds with the world. They either believe the world doesn't understand them, or in more extreme senses, the world is actually like a demonic force working to subvert them.
Do you think your viewpoints differ a lot from the mainstreams?
Yeah. And that's why they want to knock me off the game. If you can't beat them, you kill them. You destroy everything you don't understand. That's human nature.
We believed that we were spirits, not people. We had a human spirit, and everybody was a spirit. And through this technique of processing, we would be able to clear all of the attached entities for everything that literally stopped us knowing who we were as spirits.
That's kind of a scary thought. And I mean, it's probably one of the reasons that you didn't really want to leave Kенja, because then you'd be surrounded by all these attached spirits that'll jump on you. Whereas Kенja was we considered it a very clear place.
So does everyone have negative entities hanging off them?
Everyone I've ever met, yes, including me.
The best and most effective way of reinforcing beliefs is to instill certain behaviour that back those beliefs.
Well, each week was highly structured. Every night of the week there was something to do. There'd be weekend workshops to go to. That'd be the whole weekend. When I was working full-time in the group, you definitely didn't get enough sleep, for sure. And so some people wore it as a badge of honour, I only slept 5 hours last night. I only slept 4 hours.